Welcome back to HDTechLogic. In today's video, I'll be reviewing some different cloud storage solution providers and seeing which one is best. Let's get started. So what cloud storage providers will we be testing today then? Well, we've got three in mind today. First one is Microsoft OneDrive. We'll be comparing their different plans and seeing what the experience is like. We've got Google Drive, once again comparing the plans and what the general experience is like, and the exact same with Amazon's Amazon Drive. Of course, checking out the plans, seeing the general feeling of it. Anyway, let's get into the first one, which is Microsoft OneDrive. So, this is OneDrive. Now, I am looking at OneDrive for the web at the moment. I'm not looking at the desktop version. However, we've got quite a lot of useful features on here. To start, a lot of the features that you know and love, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, Forms, and Visio, are all included in OneDrive. So let's make a Word document. We get taken to Word for the web, where we can make our document, just like you would on Word on your desktop computer. To rename your document, you go over here, and you can rename it to whatever you like. Now we can just get back to OneDrive. If we refresh the page, you can see that our document has appeared. In terms of what you can access using this, it seems like quite a good feature. It integrates quite a lot of Office applications that you may use on a daily basis on your local computer. You can also sync OneDrive with your local PC. What this means is that OneDrive will connect to Windows and it will synchronize your OneDrive for web with your PC's OneDrive, which will mean you will have OneDrive integrated into your normal file explorer. Very useful. In terms of features, I'm going to rate it out of 5 on a 5. It seems quite useful. It's got quite a lot of sharing capability, and it of course runs the application that you may use on a daily basis. In terms of UI, I'd say 4 to 5. It shows exactly what you need to see, and it's just a clean UI in general. In terms of usability, I'd say about a 4. I've noticed a couple of times with sharing on the desktop version, it has had some issues with people actually having access to the documents. However, make sure if you are using an Office 365 tenant that your admin has set up the OneDrive sharing settings correctly. Yeah, I'd say OneDrive is about a 4 out of 5 on the scale. Right, so this time we're in Google Drive. Google Drive also is quite a feature-rich version of OneDrive. It can upload all of the Office files, but also features Google's own Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, Forms, etc. So, let's just make a document like we did in OneDrive. Click New here. We select Google Docs. Now get redirected to Google's version of Word, where we can rename the document. We can rename it. Thing to note, Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, Google Forms, etc. do not have desktop clients unlike Office. Google is a web-based company. In terms of being able to sync it to your computer, Google can do this with Drive for Desktop. However, It's not integrated into Windows and is Google's own feature. So it's really dependent on if you use Google Drive that much. However, if you're going to be a user of Google Drive for a while, this is for you. So in terms of the UI, I'd say this is about 4 to 5. It definitely works well. It's quite responsive, reacts well to what you select, works well. In terms of usability, I'd say about 5. Sharing works great on it, and it just generally has a really modern and useful feel to it. Right, so I now am in Amazon Drive, and not many people would have heard of this, and it is not as feature-rich as Google Drive and OneDrive. I'm just going to make that clear now. Amazon Drive contains the ability to have an online cloud storage, but it doesn't have any features. They've also made me these folders called document, pictures and videos. However, there's not really much you can do. It hasn't got its own editing features. You can only just upload files to it. All you can do pretty much is make a folder or files. And that's pretty much it on here. Switch files or upload files instead. In terms of storage, you don't really get much. You get 5 GB on the free plan, but we'll get to that in a minute. There is some desktop clients. However, of course I haven't tested these ones as much. And Amazon Drive doesn't really cut it in terms of productivity. It just seems more like you need something quickly to store your files on, just lob it on your Amazon Drive to re-download later. That's what Amazon Drive feels like. In terms of UI, 3 to 4. It doesn't look modern in terms of animations, it just cuts to different things. However, in terms of usability, I'd say 4 to 5. It's usable, however, it's not the best tool. And in terms of features, 1 to 2. It doesn't have many features, it's just a place where you can store things. You can't make things on this tool. Anyway, now let's get on to comparing the pricing of these tools. Right then, so OneDrive, free versus paid. Well, if you sign up for a brand new Microsoft account, or you're not paying for OneDrive or Microsoft 365, you get 5 GB of free cloud storage. Now, Microsoft has got a referral program where you can gain an extra 1 GB of cloud storage per person you refer. It's quite a good program. However, you do have a limit on how many people you can refer. If you have a Microsoft 365 paid subscription, your cloud storage limit increases to 1 TB. That's 1,000 GB. Please do note that if your account is offered by your work or school, your admin can limit the amount of storage you get. And if you're not paying or aren't the manager of the subscription owner can remove your access at any time, and then you'll be limited back to the 5 GB of storage. Google Drive. In the free plan of Google Drive, you get 15 GB of free cloud storage. That's for everyone who uses Google Drive. However, there is no referral program, so you must pay to get more storage. If you have a Google One plan or have Google Workspace paid benefits by your admin, then your cloud storage limit increases varied on the plan you or your admin has purchased. Google Cloud storage plans go up in 15 GB, 100 GB, 1 TB, 2 TB, etc. Google Workspace storage limits vary. Once again, note that if your account is offered by your work or school, your admin can limit the amount of storage you get. If you have Google One, if you're not paying for it and somebody else has added you as a family member and they're sharing it, note that they can remove you from the family at any time and revoke your access to the extra storage. And finally, Amazon Drive. In the free version of Amazon Drive, you will get 5 GB of free cloud storage, just like OneDrive. However, like Google Drive, there's no referral program. So if you have Amazon Prime or are paying for more storage on Amazon Drive, your cloud storage limit does increase varying on the plan you purchased. So, which one's best? In terms of pricing, well, OneDrive offers quite a lot of the standard office tools that you know and have quite a good knowledge on how to run. Google Drive offers the most free storage with a suite of tools that's quite similar to Office. Amazon Drive, not so much. 5 GB storage, but they don't offer those tools. In terms of paid subscriptions, you can get a terabyte with any Microsoft 365 subscription. However, if you're using Google Drive, it can vary very slightly based on the plan you purchased. So which one's best for pricing? Well, if you don't want to pay, Google Drive is your obvious answer, because you can upload Office files to it, and you can share with links, add Google people, add other people. They'll just get a link. If you want to go for the best paid version, your best bet is probably Microsoft OneDrive. Microsoft OneDrive just includes most of the benefits that you will find beneficial if you're paying. However, Google Drive comes up close to it as well. Amazon Drive, not so much. I can't really see how in this financial test it can fare too well. Anyway, that's pretty much all there is to it with the pricing. So that is pretty much all there is to it. In terms of the best experience, you're looking towards OneDrive and Google Drive. For the best in terms of free plans, Google Drive's your option. If you want the best in terms of paid plans, OneDrive's your option. Amazon Drive just kind of sits there. It's your cloud storage place. You can't make files in there. It's just more like a upload here, download later sort of thing. You don't get much storage either. Anyway, I hope that's been useful, and hope that it will help you when deciding your cloud storage solution in the future. Please consider subscribing, liking and commenting on the video if you did find it useful at all, and I will see you in the next video.